Yeah, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy, Dead on Dave, and we are live right here on Dead on Dave Productions for the next 2 solid hours. We got a big show, NHL playoffs, NBA playoffs, and the entire breakdown of the Extreme Rules pay-per-view card. Are you ready? Let's go! That's enough. Cut the music. That's right. This is Dead on Dave Live, and we are here to talk wrestling. All the wrestling, the copious amounts of wrestling that you can handle. I'm excited. Are you excited? Can you feel my nipples? We got a lot to get to. Very, very big show. As I was saying, we've got NHL playoffs, some still going on. We got NBA playoffs. Only one series has been closed out there. We're going to talk about all of that. Take your live calls as well as break down tonight's pay-per-view for the WWE Extreme Rules. Should be a great show. And you guys can call in anytime you like. We are taking your calls. So let's get right to it. Let's start with the wrestling, shall we? Let's start there, because that is the way to begin, I believe. So let's get it going. We have the preview show that will be kicking it off. I believe it is the Tag Team Championship that will be kicking off the show. Kid and Cesaro defending against the New Day. Sucks. And that should be quite an interesting showdown. I'm a little disheartened at the fact that it's not on the actual pay-per-view. I don't understand the reason behind not doing it on the pay-per-view, but hey, I'm not a decision maker. I'm just a guy who's sports entertained, you know? So, but look, as for the match itself, I'm not really understanding the whole purpose of having it the way they're doing it, especially because it looks like they are trying and attempting to have New Day work as the heels here, and Kid and Cesaro, based off of the actual ill-fated logic that they got some stupid ass pops in Europe, and they want them to work face, it looks like. I don't know if that's going to continue, but it is what it is there. For the match itself, it should be pretty decent. I mean, these guys can work, even though if you're not enamored with the New Day as performers, or their gimmick, you at least have to give them credit. They can work, and of course, Kid and Cesaro are two of the best in the business, and I mean that sincerely. I think they're both fantastic workers. So from a match standpoint, it should be pretty goddamn entertaining. From a storyline standpoint, I don't know if it's going to matter that much, because it really does seem like it makes more sense to have the Lucha Dragons in this rivalry, in this feud, and going forward. I don't really understand the point of, unless they're just going all in with the New Day, which is a very good possibility. I wouldn't recommend that. I don't think that the potential for the New Day, as far as like really, really, really big heels, just based off what they're doing now, I don't know if that's going to be enough. They're going to have to up it, and they're going to have to bring in somebody else. Whether or not they're willing to do that, I mean, that remains to be seen. And I'm basing all of that off of the fact that the hottest tag team in the division, they don't even wrestle. It's the primetime players. You know, people care more about the PTP and what they're doing backstage than anything else. Real quick question in the chat. Itzo Kilo, hey Dave, do you watch any German football? If so, who do you support? Soccer? No, I don't watch soccer. Soccer is the worst sport in history. I have no respect for soccer, and I'll tell you why. It's corrupt, it's boring, and there's absolutely no integrity within the game. It's freaking annoying as shit, and it drives me crazy. Absolutely insane. I fucking hate soccer, let me tell you. I'm going to try to limit myself to 5 F-bombs, and you just made me use one talking about soccer, so thanks a lot there. I don't know why I'm limiting myself to 5 F-bombs, but I'm going to. I'm going to try and do it. I'm going to prove a point to myself because I'm an asshole. Plenty of assholes, copious amounts of assholes, though. Just because there will only be 5 F-bombs during the show does not mean there won't be an excess amount of assholes. There'll be plenty of that. That's like half of my vocabulary. But yeah, soccer sucks. I have no respect for it. I have more respect for golf than I do for soccer. I have respect for tennis more than soccer. Bowling more than soccer. Tiddlywinks more than soccer. Chess more than soccer. Football. I hate it, and I hate that it's the world friggin' game because it's the most corrupt and disgusting entity on the planet. FIFA makes the NFL look like a friggin' vacation spot. Okay, anyway, rant over. It looks like Talvish might be calling it at some point. Anybody else can call it. I'm getting an F you, Dave, from Dave Rose. It must be because I went off on soccer. Man. Look, okay, Pittsburgh boy played soccer for 9 years. Good. It's great for soccer moms, and it's awesome when you play it, but it sucks. It sucks. American soccer is not that bad, though. The MLS, I don't hate it. I don't flip the channel when it comes on SportsCenter. Will I go to a game? No. And it makes me so damn angry that I have to listen to my landlords and all the friggin' people in the neighborhood go ape shit when the Euro is on and when the World Cup was on. I just wanted to kill myself. But that's okay. That's okay. Anyway, let's get back to the card. Now, feel free to call in and ask any questions about tonight's Extreme Rules pay-per-view anytime you like, or anything else you want to talk about, anything else you want to ask questions about, sports, whatever. We got a lot to get to. 2 hours is not enough, but we'll make it work because it's what we do. And I got so much other stuff to do to prep for the pay-per-view. So we're gonna make it work. We're gonna fit it all in. Talvish is calling in. Let's go ahead and take his call. Talvish, what's going on? You're live with Dead on Dave. What you got?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna ask you what's next for Bray Wyatt?
After tonight, well, he's doing nothing tonight. It looks like it's coming down to 2 people. Most people think it's Ryback. I'm not convinced. I think all of his promos are really targeting Mark Henry. He's really been focusing on all the weight stuff. Weights. So it's just, I don't know. I'm thinking,
Okay.
I'm thinking Mark Henry, which makes no sense, but.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
It's
you're
a
right.
terrible feud. God. But, and Ryback probably wouldn't be that much better. The reason why I'm thinking Mark Henry more of a Ryback for another reason is because I don't know if they want to squash Ryback's momentum, because there's no way Bray Wyatt's losing another feud after losing to The Undertaker. So
Yeah, I know.
they want to keep him as strong as possible. So, what do you do when you want to look strong? You feed him Mark Henry. And that's been Mark Henry's job for the last 15 years. Be fed to people. And you know why? It's because it's what he does. It's what he do.
Yeah.
What's
So,
going on? What else you got, bud?
Okay, so you haven't any other predictions for tonight Extreme Rules?
Yeah, I'm
Like
going
any
through.
other
I'm going through match by match now, and we'll get to all of the matches throughout the course of the show, I'm sure. Predictions. I'm predicting a surprisingly good show. I think that's probably the most surprising prediction I can give. It seems like most people are not high on this show, because and for good reason. Almost every single one of these matches are retreads. It's stuff we've already seen. I think the Intercontinental Championship could be a surprise because I don't think Daniel Bryan's going to wrestle. I think it'll be somebody else. I have a feeling they're going to do like an interim championship deal where they're going to put the title up for grabs. But Daniel Bryan will still be the real champion, and when he's able to come back, he'll defend it.
Okay.
I have a feeling that I don't know why, but I got a feeling we're going to see Bad News Barrett and Neville. I don't know why, but I just have that feeling. It's probably 100% wrong, but that would be awesome.
That would be a good match there. That'd be a really good match there.
Personally, I wouldn't mind it if they combined this match. They had Bad News Barrett combine it with Sheamus and Dolph Ziggler and add Neville and make it a fatal 4-way for the Intercontinental title. I wouldn't mind that.
Oh yeah, well, Dave, that's pretty much all I had, but it's good talking to you again.
Absolutely, buddy.
Always good talking.
I'm
Yeah,
glad you called
yeah.
in, pal.
Okay,
As Dave Rose calls you, the Alabama Slammer, Talvish. So yeah, hey,
okay.
good call, buddy.
All right, have a good one.
Take it easy, man. Enjoy the pay-per-view
All
tonight.
right. Oh yeah, I will. I
All right,
definitely
buddy.
will.
Take it easy.
All right.
Man, that's Talvish, everyone. That's Talvish. So Alex Williams says Bray's going after Ryback. That's very possible. I haven't seen any reports that have confirmed that. I think it's equally as possible him going after him, but his promos seem to be targeting Mark Henry a lot more than they do Ryback. I mean, he says weights over and over during these promos, and he talks about it being the most important thing. Well, Ryback might be big, but he doesn't care about lifting weights. He doesn't talk about being the world's strongest friggin' man. So there is. Alex Williams also says there are reports that Daniel Bryan is not in Chicago. That's not surprising. I don't think he's going to be there, but we'll see what happens. Dave Rose, I'm not going to acknowledge you because you are defending soccer. And I like you a lot, I do, but you're defending soccer. And that makes me angry. Pittsburgh boy. Pittsburgh boy 96, you are live with Dead on Dave. I'm really sorry for your epic defeat in the playoffs, but it's okay. We knew it was coming. What you got?
Well, it saddens me that they're going to keep Rutherford for another season.
Yeah.
But good luck in the next round with the Blackhawks.
Oh yeah, man. I'm a little concerned about the goalie situation, but Crawford looked really good last night. Surprisingly, I mean, he looked really, really strong, and it's kind of funny coming in the same way he was taken out. With Darling giving up 3 goals just the way he did in Game 1, but it should be interesting. I think the Hawks have a shot. The Rangers are going to have a hell of a test. The team that put you guys out, whoever wins Game 7 between Washington and the Islanders are going to give.
Hopefully, the Islanders.
You want to see? I've been on.
I can't
Washington.
stand Ovechkin.
Oh God, I like Barry Trotz. I like him. I think he's a fantastic coach. So I'm really up on the Capitals. I hope they win. I think the Islanders are going to be good for the next few years. Next year, they might be my pick to win the whole damn thing because I think they need another season. They need a little heartbreak, and I think this is going to be it. The Capitals have a historic friggin' lineage of going out early in the playoffs. So I think they have to buck that trend and get it going. I think they're going to win Game 7.
And what do you expect out of tonight's main event?
Well, I'm expecting a solid match. For one, I mean, Randy Orton and Seth Rollins have really done a good job in all their matches that they've had. I think that's fair. I think most people agree with that.
Yeah.
I think the Cage is a really good addition. I don't really understand why Kane's there unless he's either going to turn on Seth Rollins completely, which I'm not sure he's going to, or he's just there to ensure Randy loses and kind of set up a feud between himself and Randy, which I think a lot of people are expecting.
And one more thing is with John Cena.
Yeah.
Like, I've met him before. He's a nice guy. But,
yeah, I've met him too. Yeah, he's a real nice guy.
And he's, like, the deal with him being the U.S. champ, I actually hope it kind of stays because really? I like that feeling of Monday Night Raw. Who's he going to face next? Like, I love playing that prediction game. Who's he going to face next?
I like the U.S. Open Challenge. I really do. I wouldn't be surprised if they keep it going even if he loses. I have a feeling, and the betting lines also are saying that he's probably going to lose tonight. The betting lines are actually heavily in favor of Rusev winning the belt back tonight. So I don't know. I have a feeling Rusev's going to walk away, man. Yeah, I really do. Oh, real quick, not to cut you. Dave Rose, no, it's not what you're saying about Aaron Hernandez being a murderer, and that's like saying the NFL sucks because he's a murderer. No, it has nothing to do with it. I'm not painting a broad brush. Soccer sucks for many other reasons other than the corruption within the game. It sucks because it's a boring-ass sport. It sucks because if friggin', let's see here, they're floppers. They have, I can't do it. I can't do it, Dave. Can't do it. I can't do it. It's like going to the new day, Joe. It's like he's going to the new day. Oh my God,
I hope they don't win tonight.
What's that?
I hope they don't win tonight.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of want him to, but it's weird. It's just because I don't understand what the hell WWE is doing with the booking. I mean, just because Kid and Cesaro got some friggin' cheers in Europe, now they decide to take the Lucha Dragons out of the spot because they want a heel tag team to face them. It makes no sense to me. Yeah, but you know what are you gonna do? It's sports entertainment. Are you not sports entertained?
And do you know how long Shot from the Point goes on for? Like what time it ends?
Yeah, usually about an hour and a half. Sometimes it goes a little bit more than that. But usually around 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Shot from the Point is over. And thank you for making reference, because right after this show, you guys, if you love your hockey and you want to talk everything that's going on in the NHL playoffs, go check out my boy Tommy C over at Shot from the Point for Shot from the Point Live, the most badass hockey podcast in the whole friggin' universe. Make sure you check that out right after this at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time over on Shot from the Point. Thank you. Thank you for the setup, Pittsburgh.
Yeah, because me and my brother, we're going out for his birthday lunch at like 3 o'clock, so that I just didn't know whether I was be able to make it back for part of it or not.
I got you. You got anything else wrestling related or sports related or life related? I'm here to give advice.
When do you see Finn Balor or Kevin Owens possibly coming up? I don't see Kevin Owens coming up anytime soon since he's doing well down there in NXT, but like Finn Balor, when do you? Owens
is coming off of an injury too. He did get injured. He's missed about 4 or 5 weeks due to his knee. I think that's going to slow him down, but I see them both by the end of the year up for sure. Finn Balor I could see up in the next couple of months. I mean, I really thought he was going to debut at that European show, the London Monday Night Raw. I was shocked he didn't. It could happen anytime. Oh, we got a special guest. You got anything else, Pittsburgh boy?
That's it.
All right, bud. Thanks for the call. Great as always. Holy crap, everybody. We got a special caller. My buddy, my partner, my good friend, the Joe Cronin. What's going on? AJ, I know you're there, bud. Just hang tight. Joe Cronin, welcome to Live with Dead on Dave.
Hey, listen, I think you needed an injection of steroids to the show right now, so here I am. No, I don't know.
You calling me boring? That's not cool.
No. I was enjoying it, actually. But no, I wanted to break something on your show. I wanted to break a funny segment on your show.
Okay.
Not a lot of other people have heard it, and I thought it would be cool to play it here.
Oh, shit. Here we go.
Then we'll get into the wrestling. So let me set this up for you, everybody. I'm on Tommy NC 2010's show last night, right?
Oh, God.
And so throughout the show, there was 4 swears dropped within an hour and a half.
That's it?
And there was only 4,
That's
but
impressive.
every time. But it irked him every time. It was like, "Hey guys, please don't swear," and everyone got upset about it. Some of the people in the thing, some of them didn't care, but some of them were really offended by it. And I just thought at the end of the show, I wanted to add my 2 cents. Well, Tommy was in the middle of his closing speech, and here you go.
Oh,
never stop inspiring and never ask what's next, because you can go the distance. You can do it.
Fuck her in the pussy! Fuck her in the pussy! Fuck her in the pussy!
Yo, Tommy, what's
Holy God, are you serious? Holy shit.
Poor kid. He was going
Why
off.
did you do that to that man?
I don't know.
Never stop entertaining, never stop inspiring, and never ask what's next, because you can go the distance. You can do it.
Fuck her in the pussy! Fuck her in the pussy! Fuck her in the pussy!
Yo, Tommy, what's
Don't say that. That's me.
Oh my God, that's great.
Negroes? Yo, Tommy, what's next?
Holy
You just ruined the
shit,
show.
dude. Yeah, you did. You know what's really impressive is you not only took his show to a screeching halt, but you might have done the same here. That's fantastic. Oh, that's awesome. Holy God.
Holy balls.
Holy
Have you
balls.
Seen...
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah. Okay, let's not
yet another idea that Graham stole from someone else, not saying who.
Yeah,
God,
we've all
Graham.
Yeah, he's a rapist.
He's
an internet rapist.
A thought rapist, yes.
Yeah.
And I'm just borrowing people's ideas. I don't know what's the problem with that. I'm just borrowing people's ideas.
Well, at least he paid me for mine in a way.
Well, yeah, he did. He hasn't donated shit to me.
Oh, he'll donate an ass whooping until you keep it up. He'll come out there.
Let him come out here. Let him, you know what? I got a cane. I have a 6'1" German wife. He doesn't want none of that. He doesn't want
Hey,
none
what's-
of that.
It's up to your wife. What's up to Liam? But hey, you know what? Let's get back to your guy here, and I'll just hang on for a second. I'll
Hang out. Don't go anywhere. I love having you on. AJ, you've been so patient. What's going on, pal?
Sup, babe? Is Joe still in the call?
He is. He's here.
Oh, yeah, sup, Joe?
What's up, man?
Nice to meet you.
This is the new Tony, by the way. The better Tony. The Tony upgrade.
Yeah, he reminds me of Tony when Tony first started calling, and now Tony's balls have dropped. So it's different.
That's right. That's right. But AJ's the man. What's up, man? What you got, bud?
I want to ask you about Tough Enough, and just want to get your thoughts if it was a good idea to bring it back.
I think it's a weird idea because they have NXT, but at the same time, it's going to be on a major network. There's going to be the reality show live feel to it. So I think it's going to serve a different purpose. I'm not looking for it to generate the next big wrestler within the WWE. This guy or girl, whatever, are probably never even going to make it up unless the girl's really hot. She'll get it up there. But other than that, I'm really thinking this is a fan service type thing. Would you agree with that, Joe, or do you think there's something more? Are they really looking for the next big guy?
No, I'll tell you what the deal is. It's not fan service. It's USA Network service.
Yeah.
That's what it is. I mean, they wanted the real reason why they were going to have Tough Enough to begin with again is to put more content on their network. It wasn't to fan service. It wasn't to just for the fun of it. It was we need more content for the network. And if this is a show that hooks people, we want to put it on our network so people watch it. But, USA has basically made them a bigger offer and said, let's do it on the network. But here's the other part of that. The WWE also would have already had Tough Enough on the air and not gone with USA and done it on the network, but they ran out of money. Yeah. They were worried about money and costs because at the time things were going bad, and the network wasn't doing as well as it now finally is, and they were worried, so they couldn't put the money into the production of the show. So, but now here comes USA Network, who will cover everything and make us. Yeah, they're gonna make more money. It's gonna be on a bigger stage probably. And it's a simple idea. It's not about servicing anything other than the USA Network. USA Network says jump. The WWE says how high nowadays.
Yeah, they brought back SmackDown to USA as well. So I mean, it's all coming.
And USA wanted Triple H and Stephanie back, a couple of years ago, and then immediately they're back. They wanted the McMahons on TV. So USA it's a whole different thing. It used to kind of be the WWE saying "F you, USA, we're doing this anyway." And I'm sure that still happens, but now it's a lot of USA telling them kind of this is what we're looking for, and then they do it. So
yeah, well, you can't really blame WWE in some regards either because they went to other networks and it didn't work as well. I mean, they floated around for a while and it wasn't the same.
Think about this. Think about this, Dave and everybody. This is the first time I think YouTube is a global platform in the last 4 years or so. Even I would say even after the last Tough Enough, it's become so much bigger.
Oh God,
so much bigger than even the last Tough Enough, which is only 3 years ago.
Yeah.
But look at what's happening. They're doing this audition thing right now, and what's happening all across YouTube, the internet, social media. People's flooded with auditions and free advertisement for the WWE, free views, tons of material they can use for free. It's just one giant win for everybody.
Hey, it's brilliant. I mean, it really does come down to it. But I don't think. But to answer the question at large, I don't think there's going to be a star being born from this. I think that would be a surprise to everybody.
Yeah, the thing I like about Tough Enough is I think the only person that really got a good career out of winning this Tough Enough was Maven. I think he probably had the best career. Everyone else.
I don't know about that.
I would argue Josh Matthews had the best career of anyone, and he didn't win.
Well, yeah, he didn't even win Tough Enough. But
Miz was a Tough Enough guy. He's
Miz too, yeah. So, I mean, there you go. The winner, it doesn't always matter because all that matters is you get on that show and you get seen. That's all that matters. Get seen. Even me, make a stupid Tough Enough video, even though I'm not going to be on it because I know it's going to get views and I'll be the first one to upload it. Look at me. I'm the number 3 or first searched Tough Enough video because I put it up quick. Like DDP said when DDP was on Shark Tank, it's free advertisement, man. It's free eyes. Yeah. And Josh Matthews got on the show, didn't win that year, I don't think.
No.
Yeah, Maven won. He didn't win,
yeah.
but he got a giant career.
He did.
And a couple of those other people, Nadia did for a couple of years.
And now Josh Matthews is shitting on everybody while he's captaining a sinking ship over there in TNA. Have fun with that, bud. He's really turned into a jerk weasel, hasn't he?
I always thought he was a jerk weasel.
Situation.
Yeah, he's just weird, man. I don't know. You got anything else, Mr. Friggin' AJ? Sorry, I forgot your name for a second.
Okay. Well, do you
Want to dance? No?
No.
Sorry, go ahead.
Okay. It's okay. What do you think? Like, what's going on with the Cesaro and Kids thing? Like, are they trying to turn them face?
Yeah, that's what I was reading. I was reading through all the dirt sheets. They were saying because of the reactions they were getting in Europe, shocker there, Kid and Cesaro getting cheered in fucking Europe. There's F-bomb number 2. They wanted it to start turning them heel because the crowd was going with them. They're not going to get the same reactions back here. So that's why they took the Lucha Dragons out of the title picture and went with the New Day. That's what I read. I don't know if it's true, but that's what I read.
I think they're going to see who gets the bigger heat in this. But, I mean, it's going to be New Day.
Oh, God, yeah.
Well, they're in Chicago, so...
They are in Chicago, so all bets are off. You never know what they're going to do.
They're going to chant Lucha Dragons while these two teams wrestle.
And CM Punk. Over-under on 10 CM Punk chants tonight. Over-under.
Well,
that's going to be annoying.
They disappointed last time, though. And I think it was a pay-per-view when it was fresh after CM Punk being gone. Or it was a Raw or something. And it was the second time we've been to Chicago since CM Punk left, and it was disappointing, actually. I wanted some... Now I don't want it. Then I wanted, like, Rampage. I wanted that crowd to go crazy. But now that everything's really come out, and we really found out that Phil's a cunt, basically, I don't want to hear this. I don't care about the CM Punk chants. Unless it's something terrible that's happening, then it's kind of just a dickhead chant type of thing, Why don't they chant dickhead? That'd be funny.
That'd be funny. Dickhead. It's Chicago. It's quite possible. But
might chant AJ
more than likely, Jerry would just say look how they're chanting Dicka. No, Jerry, they're chanting Dickhead. That's not PG. Mago, they're chanting Dicka, Mago. It's terrible.
Oh, man.
You got anything else, Mr. AJ?
No, I don't.
Yeah, I appreciate the call as always, pal.
Thank you.
Good call, buddy. AJ Tucker, ladies and gentlemen.
AJ, go watch my condom video.
Yeah, and see why babies are born when Joe Cronin and his wife do not pinch the tip of the friggin' condom and a big air bubble goes at the top of the banana. That's why you have one more kid than I do. Yes, I stole Tommy's joke. I stole Tommy C's joke because I thought it was the exact same thing.
That tip just tickles it the right way.
Oh, is that what happens? It's the air bubble that...
Yeah. Yeah, or that's more important than the kid comes, whatever, you get some money.
Pittsburgh boy writes, whatever happened to Andy Levine? That was the winner of the last Tough Enough. I read, or somebody told me recently, that he's like wrestling down in Puerto Rico.
He didn't know. So I did a lot of research on this the other day because it freaked me out. Because I've been every time I find out what happened to him, I forget, and then I go back and look at it again. And it's like, and here you got Stone Cold in the ring, and this is one of the greatest moments of Tough Enough, in my opinion, was that moment where they picked the winner on Raw.
Yeah, that was cool.
Stone Cold's like, Big Andy, what do you got to say? And then the other dude, I don't know who the other guy was, but he was great. Now, when I look at him, the fans hated him.
Yeah.
And they never, I don't know why they never did anything with that guy, because the fans hated him. He had a good look. He looked like a dick. He looked like he could hate. Like, Seth Rollins is like this cartoony version. Like, if that guy actually looks enraging, like, I want to slap him.
Yeah, Seth Rollins looks like he's ready to tie down a damsel in distress to a railroad track in any minute,
That's exactly right. That's exactly what it is. Like, like, I've got your woman. Like, it's like, yeah, but that guy looked like, he looked like he was entitled, had a lot of money, thought he was better than everyone, looked good. Just a smirk on his face, and everyone hated him, and then everyone loved Andy. So you actually had two winners right there, as far as I'm concerned. Because if you had two guys that were likable, the fans would have been dully split or whatever. But no, you had boo, yeah, and the guy was great. And anyway, then Vince comes out, and the best was when he actually ends up letting Stone Cold pick, and he picks Big Andy. Yeah. And then Andy freaks out. The best is when Stone Cold's thinking, and you're at home going, Jesus, Can they
Right.
just pick somebody already?
Pick somebody, Stone Cold.
and-
Yeah.
Andy starts yelling at Stone Cold and like gyrating around like you have to pick me type of thing. And it was like, if that wasn't planned and that was like just a real reaction from him, it was awesome because it's what I would have reacted
Right.
like let's just do this. And then I don't know, Stone Cold picks Andy, and then Andy gets let go because they didn't like how he was progressing.
Well, he
Someone
went
said
down
it was
to FCW and did nothing. Like they were saying his work ethic sucked. Like he was not getting any better in the ring. I mean, I heard all kinds of fucked up reports about this guy. Oh, there's F-Bob number 3. Damn, I'm only a half hour in. Frick on a stick. But yeah, I don't know. The guy, I thought he had potential. I really did, but nobody got it. And now NXT just brings in talent after talent. Hell, Triple H just posted a photo of him and 11 new studs that he's been recruiting.
Yeah.
It's crazy, the turnover rate. When a guy like CJ Parker, who is actually a really, really solid in-ring performer, can't stick around in NXT, and he's been there for 4 years.
Yeah.
You know,
It's good and bad, and the cool thing about this whole thing is it seems like WWE is doing a lot more, and there's a lot of turnaround, but I think that's by design now. I think they're really like, let's look at everyone and anyone we can. Yeah. And back in the day, there would be lots of, and there still are, but there was lots of the territories for everybody to go to, and then you really had to shine in those territories to get picked by WWE. Sure. Even recently, but beyond 5 years ago, or 5 years ago or beyond. But now it's kind of like, oh, this guy's a wrestler. You sent us his headshot and his look. Come on down the trading center, and people can get in there.
Yeah,
you can get in. I mean, if you really want to and put your mind to it, and if you put everything together, you can't just want it. You have to look good.
Go move down to Florida and start getting your game together. Camp outside. I mean, the Performance Center is like what the power plant was supposed to be. The idea behind the power plant, it was just poorly friggin' executed.
It was inmates from the show, like everything else.
It was. But I mean, the idea was there, and now the Performance Center really seems to be that next step of it. I love what they're doing down there. Not even just with the NXT product, just the fact that there is a place where talents, guys, people, the next generation, the next 2 generations of wrestling are cutting their teeth down there. I like that. Is it going to kill some of the international flavor? Possibly. I doubt it. There's always going to be wrestling in Mexico. There's always going to be wrestling in Canada. There's always going to be wrestling in Japan. It's not going to go. Wrestling here in Germany is pretty big. It's not going to go away. It's weird wrestling here in Germany. It's friggin' bizarre, but it happens.
Why? What do they do?
Tommy tells me stories about how weird the work is here, and like the promos are just very strange and stuff.
Oh, well.
Tells me stories about it.
It's like Ramstein every night.
Du hast.
Well, they get in front of the mic and they're like, Schlatzven Kleiben Wundwegad. And then you're like, damn, this sounds awesome. These guys sound like the Ultimate Warrior, but in German. But then you're like, no, that guy just said he wants to take all the metal in Europe, melt it down, and choke out the guy's wife. Like, what?
What? That doesn't even make any sense.
I mean, I guess that is like Ultimate Warrior territory, though.
That is like, you throw in a Heavens and a Volcano or something, or Fiery Wrath, and you've got an Ultimate Warrior promo, basically.
So, not to derive from stuff, but since I haven't at all, and there was something I was going to say too earlier, and I can't remember it now, and I'm pissed about.
Pussy? Ah, frick!
Oh, it was
fuck number 4, and that's 5. I used them all.
Already, it's because I'm here.
Yep, you are a bad influence.
No, I forget what I was going to say. There was something about something. What do we? If I backtrack on what we were talking about a minute ago,
we were talking about Tough Enough
before. Yeah, all right, Tough Enough. Maybe it was. Oh yeah. So no, I don't know. Fuck it. Oh well.
No problem. Let's talk a little bit about Extreme Rules tonight. Let's get to another match in Extreme Rules and waiting for next call. Remember, if you want to talk to Joe Cronin, you want to talk to me, ask any questions about wrestling, sports, life, television, I don't give a crap. Ask about Joe's kids. Maybe he'll lie to you. Maybe he'll tell you the truth. You never know. Go ahead and call in on Skype, David Vancura, DavidVancura, and we'll take your calls. But before you do, or until you do, let's get to the Chicago street fight between Dean Ambrose and Luke Harper. Let's break this thing down, shall we?
It should be good, but we'll see what happens.
It should. This is one of those where it feels like there can only be one winner. Like the only logical guy to win this is Ambrose, right? I mean, there's no way he loses to Luke Harper here, right? I mean, we've said this before, but
If they make him lose, I would rip my face off.
look, I really do feel with Ambrose, especially picking up if anybody cared to notice. Oh no, Reigns got the victory on Seth Rollins, but Ambrose was in the match on SmackDown with Reigns. I have a feeling Ambrose is going to be involved in a feud with Rollins over the title into the summer. So I think Ambrose has to win this match. I think he's got to win convincingly too. But I kind of feel bad for Luke Harper. Isn't it weird?
Yeah, but I don't because I think Luke Harper is. I look at him as like a guy that, his job is kind of to put people over, and also he loses, he wins, it doesn't matter. He's Luke Harper. He's one of those guys, kind of like Bray Wyatt.
Kind of like Dean Ambrose. I mean, Dean Ambrose has been that guy.
Yeah, and it's because they feel a safety with Ambrose that they can do whatever they want with him, and people still gonna like him. It's not gonna hurt him. He's crazy. He gets himself disqualified. That's whatever. He's crazy. So, but no, he really in this situation needs to win this. He gets taken out at WrestleMania through the ladder. I mean, he can't lose now. No. You just, if I'm behind the scenes, I mean, there's no, if you put any kind of other alternative thing on here, the only way you could lose is if somebody interferes and it starts a feud with someone else, but that would be enraging, I think, too. Just let him win a match that's cool, and what's cool is a hardcore match or street fight match.
Chicago street fight. Yeah.
Yes, and he can do a bunch of funny things, maybe. And I'll be pissed if he doesn't do a bunch of funny stuff. There's not a lot of good spots. I'll be angry because these guys can do it.
Yeah.
And Dean's funny, and it should be done the right way. And he should, what'd be funny is if he shoved the hot dog down his throat. That'd be nice.
Take the dog. Take the foot.
Yeah, take the dog and then smack him in the face with a roll.
I have a feeling. Don't ask me why. I think that Dean Ambrose is going to be returning the favor tonight, and he's going to put Luke Harper through a ladder, just like Harper did to him. I know it might be a little weird for them to set that up, but if you see a ladder get pulled out at any time during this match, expect Harper to go through the damn thing.
That'd be awesome.
I think that's how they're going to end it. I think that's the finish, I think, is Ambrose pinning him after putting him through a ladder. I mean, kind of.
I want to see a pile drive him. Bring it back.
Pile drive him through a ladder? That's safe. That sounds really safe.
I don't know what their problem is with that move.
Well, I mean,
nobody ever got hurt.
Yeah, no one's ever been hurt with a pile driver.
Not on TV.
Yeah,
except for when they did the inverted pile driver the wrong way. When Owen Hart for the first time ever decided to do a spike inverted pile driver on Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yeah, but just a regular pile driver like Jerry Lawler's finisher, his old school pile driver where he just basically sits down. Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, what the hell is wrong with that move? I don't understand. Like, with half the stuff they do, that thing's a problem.
Well, and they're banning everything. Well, they're not banning because technically the stupid curb stop has not been banned. They're just not using it as much.
Yeah, I'm happy to see that come out every once in a while and not be his finisher because I thought it was dumb, but it's up there with the Superman punch to me. It's like it actually is cool, but I don't think it's cool as a finisher. Those are moves I think are silly, like to sell to little kids that you'd see. You know what it's like? I compare this like this. When I was a kid, some people liked playing Madden. I liked playing Madden football because it was realistic, and I wanted the thing to be as real as possible, and that's what I enjoyed about playing the video game.
Sure.
But then there was a crowd of people that didn't like that, and they liked like NFL Blitz or whatever the thing is, where you smash the guy and he's like head blows off or something. Yeah, so like a finishing move like the super kick, the stunner, or like a wrestling move like that's a finisher is like a real move, a real finisher to me. But something like the Superman punch, the curb stomp, that's to me is like action comic book stuff that shouldn't be the finishing maneuver. Sure. Although I know that Reigns' move is the spear, not the punch. So that's why I'm okay with Reigns, because that's the setup move.
Yeah, it's so funny. They took a move, an MMA move, an actual martial arts punch. It's a Superman punch. It's a real friggin' move you use in fights, And they found a way to make it look sissified. It drives me friggin' nuts. Let's go ahead and go through the card a little bit more. So we're both on Dean Ambrose to win the street fight. I'm going to take that as a yes. The tag team championship match I talked about a little bit. Who do you like winning that one? Is there any way the New Day wins this match? I think there's a possibility.
I think there is. I think they're going to... if I was them, I'd put it on the New Day and make them jackasses right now.
Yeah.
But actually... No, yeah, I'd put it on New Day. I'd make them jackass. I give them the belts. They're the most interesting thing now. Who do you want to see? Cesaro and Tyson Kidd keep the belts? Or do you want to...
because I want to see them and Lucha Dragons have a nice feud, but I don't know. Mainly, I want to keep them as champions because I'm afraid they're both going to get released if they're not champ. What are they going to do after this? You know, it's like
I think if they go kind of face, you got it. And besides, whoever comes up against Tyson Kidd and Cesaro, there'll be a weird mixture. There'll be like people that like them and then people that don't, who like they're being heels, and so some of the people in the crowd will be like, oh, we're supposed to boo them because they're heels, and then the other half of the crowd will be like, I like Tyson Kidd and Cesaro. They're always pushed down, and I want them to
wrestlers,
all that stuff. So they're getting this mixed bag of reaction. And then it's like, well, who's going to face them? A baby face? Yeah. And then that doesn't really help the baby face because everyone kind of is mediocre on it. And it might turn the baby face kind of heel when they cheer for them. So it's confusing.
It's very true. New Day is clear cut and dry.
Yeah. You put the belts on the New Day, and who do you want to build now? Who do you want to go after the titles? Now it's interesting to see who can take the belts off these guys we hate.
You know, I think the New Day is still missing one piece, and I think I figured it out because the two most exciting words I can think of right now I've put together, and this is what's going to get the New Day to that next level. Reverend Truth. R-Truth. Reverend Truth, get it? That's what they need to do. Reverend Truth. He needs to be the leader of the New Day. Just have him cut these insane Southern Baptist Church friggin' promos. Have him go absolutely apeshit. It would be wonderful. That would get the New Day to a new level. It would be incredible. It would be absolutely incredible. I feel they need a leader, like a veteran leader, because I don't know. I like what they're doing, but they need a leader, clear cut leader.
It'd be funny if Mark Henry led them.
What to a buffet? Was he gonna lead them to a buffet?
No, just have Big E lead them, like you said on the mic. And what can happen is Kofi. What's the other guy's name? Xavier Woods. Ezekiel, another black guy. Racist.
Racist.
No, but so what you do with this is those two guys don't say anything almost ever. Yeah. You definitely have Kofi never talk. Almost.
Yeah. Every time he picks up the mic, it's horrible.
So just have them do stupid, like doing the grabbing the guy into the ropes. But anytime there's a cheating situation involved, you get them doing the girly stuff, and then you get Big E who destroys somebody.
He needs to be the guy that's going to be coming out of this as a star. I agree. I agree.
Yeah, exactly. I agree. Absolutely 100%. Have to do that.
I agree 100%. Before we get to the next match, we got a new guy into the caller. Pittsburgh boy is back. I assume you got something else. What you got, pal?
Yeah, another thing that's fucking stupid is the Kiss Me Arse match.
Yeah, that's the match we're going to next. Go ahead and stay on the line, and we'll get your thoughts on it.
They ruined the seriousness of the damn thing.
Yeah, Dolph Ziggler and Sheamus, which does not need a lot of extra selling, but I mean, what were they going to do? It's like, what other stipulation were they going to throw into it? You know what I do? There's one thing about the Kiss Me Arse match I actually like. Sheamus has said that he's going to get him to kiss his arse. Ziggler has not said that he's going to make Sheamus kiss Ziggler's ass. He keeps saying he's going to make him kiss his own ass. I want to see that. I want to see Ziggler roll him into a friggin' ball and make him lick his own rectum. That would be great.
If the reason for this whole match was like, you know, I could kiss my own ass, you know, like could do that.
But wouldn't it make Sheamus look weak if he loses tonight?
Sheamus isn't losing this match. He's not. Ziggler is gonna get a Hershey kiss tonight. There's no question.
I think Sheamus is gonna get disqualified and destroy Ziggler.
Oh, that's possible. That's very possible.
I don't know why, but I think that.
I don't know. I think I have a feeling Sheamus is going to be coming into the authority soon, so I think they're going to want to keep him as strong as possible. So I think
that's why the licking ass thing can't happen.
Yeah, well, that's why Sheamus is not kissing anyone's ass, including his own.
I would love to see it, but you know, I thought of what I forgot earlier too, by the way. But I'll wait a second because it's kind of off topic. Okay. But it's just remind me it's about Tough Enough. But
gotcha, gotcha. What you got? What you got on this match, Pittsburgh boy?
I mean, I expect it to be a good match, but I don't know what else to expect out of it other than just being a good match.
It just kind of feels like filler to get to the next thing. And that's kind of what this whole pay-per-view is. It's to get to the next thing. If you look through every single one of them, all these matches have basically been done, with the exception of a couple. They've basically been done before. And this is kind of the end of all of these rivalries. And it's exciting because we should be getting new stuff moving forward, but at the same time, it's like, oh, we got to sit through this one more time. We got to sit through Cena Rusev one more time. We got to sit through Show and Reigns one more time. And it's a little annoying, but at the same time, tomorrow night's Raw should friggin' rock. So, I don't know. Is that all you got, my friend?
Well, y'all were getting ready to talk about Tough Enough, right?
Yes, sir. We're gonna talk a little bit
That's
more
what
about
You remember that Jeremiah guy?
Yeah, the arrogant guy. Oh no, the country, the dude who didn't have teeth.
Yeah.
I wish he was one. He was great.
I love the fact that he didn't have teeth. That was great.
Yeah, that was the best part.
Yeah, but Vince would have been like, take him out. You can wrestle, but you got to take out the teeth. We'll call him Gummy Joe. I don't know why.
Gumcock.
That's the reason why I worry about this Tough Enough coming up is because I'm just afraid like it's just going to be someone's finally going to win this thing and then it's just going to be like that Andy Levine guy. You're not going to hear about him.
It's gonna be a freak show. It's gonna be a freak show.
Go back to watch Bob Holly beat the shit out of that kid in Tough Enough, and remember how crazily Tough Enough was. I think you're gonna get the least Tough Enough this time. I think this is gonna be like people voting people based on performance and
Pillow
something.
Fight.
Yeah, I have a feeling this Tough Enough is gonna be the least Tough Enough.
Yeah.
And I'm serious. I think it's gonna be like goofy stuff that has nothing to do with wrestling, and then people getting to vote on it live, interactive. It's not going to be, Bob Holly's not going to be allowed to beat the shit out of someone in the ring and kick them in the throat and in the nose and make them bleed and break their eye open, and then everyone can call that guy a bitch for being sad afterwards.
We're gonna find out just how non-tough enough it's gonna be when they do finally announce who's hosting. Because if it's Jericho, then it's gonna be tough enough. It's gonna be absolutely horrible. It's gonna be god awful. Brought to you by Hanes Underwear. Tough enough, baby. Oh my god. Welcome to.
Well, I think you're a pussy. You know what's gonna happen is Jericho's gonna go into bitch mode on people just to seem tough, and that's gonna be even more enraging. And if I was in front of him, I'd probably lose it because if Stone Cold was calling me a little pussy bitch,
Scott Hall just called him a pussy.
I'd be like, I gotta step it up. I gotta step it up.
We got a new caller in. Jake Link, the legendary comedian Jake Link, is called in.
Hey, I'm just actually calling to see if my new microphone's working.
Are you serious? My show is a fucking testing ground for you?
Yeah, test, 1 2 1 2.
My fucking live show is where you decide to test your fucking mic. You're lucky I don't have Tony's blow-up button.
Why not? Yeah.
Well, I appreciate that you hold my show in that high
That's right,
esteem.
Also just calling to say hey, and how's my mic sound?
You sound fantastic.
You always do a show in front of that bay window like that?
Yeah, it looks really
you got
cool.
a big shadow behind.
I'm out in the living room right now. I you can hear my TV. I'm just ruining Dave's show.
You look like Norman Bates' mother at the end of Psycho. The silhouette. That's what you look like right now.
Ruin your life next to this show.
It's terrible.
Hey, all right. So I just wanted to make sure that. Oh wow, this thing picks up a lot. Shit.
It does. Yeah.
Holy crap. All right. Yeah. So just check us out at 3. We're gonna be bringing down all the playoff theories and stuff. And check us out. Oh my freaking cat.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you, Jake Link. You're the man. And we'll talk to you a little bit later, buddy.
I just saw you on, and I just said, "Let me see." I figured, and when I clicked, I said, "Oh crap! I'm gonna catch some shit for just coming on just to do a sound check."
This is completely random. It was wonderful. I mean, I'm gonna call your guys' show later on and check my microphone.
Yeah, I'm just gonna randomly spout off all the things I ate today. I'm just gonna read a food journal entry.
Oh God, I don't think we have enough time.
Oh, you're fatter than me, asshole. I don't want to hear that shit. Thanks, Jake.
No, we're just gonna be. What did we eat this week? That's gonna be a new podcast.
Dave's not as fat as Jake. Oh,
Well, he's gonna call you with that next week. He's not gonna be the test audio. He's gonna be like, "So hey, Dave. Anyway, so I had carrots this morning. Last week I had cucumbers on the same day. No, that was Tuesday. And then the whole audience is just gonna kill themselves.
yes.
Yeah, because nobody's gonna believe that we ate vegetables.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Unless we deep fried them first, I highly doubt we ate a fucking vegetable. It's just
I've lost 5 pounds and I still look like shit. So it's like, I understand. Like that's the problem is you're like, no, I just lost 5 pounds, and everyone always says, yeah, okay.
You know
so
what's
it's
hysterical? In that video you did with Leah last night with your wife with the condom video, you looked like friggin' Andre the Giant standing next to Princess Buttercup from fucking Princess Bride. You looked retardedly big.
That's how I look every day with my wife.
Yeah.
My wife's like 4'11", and I'm like. I'm like a foot and like about 150 pounds more than her.
I had 2 sweatshirts on, and she was leaning on the cabinet. So like, I really did. I mean, I am bigger than her by like that, but I am. I had 2 sweatshirts on, and I look gigantic. Like I could engulf her like I'm a bear or something.
It looked like you could have picked her up with one hand and started climbing the Empire State Building at any time.
It looks like all the muscles I had turned into blob.
All my muscles are actually just underlying shirts. It's okay.
Yeah.
All right, I'll see you guys later. Have a good show.
Hey, thanks for calling in, Jake. I appreciate it.
No
bud.
problem. Thank you. Thank you.
No, no
Bye.
problems. Take it easy, buddy. Legendary
subscribe
comedian
to
Jake Link. Make sure you follow him on Twitter and watch him, of course, later on Shot from the Point, the most badass hockey program on YouTube. Wasn't that nice that he thought of us to test his microphone? That was sweet of him.
It was very sweet of him. I can't believe it. Tommy NC 2010, what's up? Fucker in the pussy.
Yo, Tom,
Firing and never ask what's next because you can go the distance. You can do it.
Fucker in the pussy. Fucker in the pussy. Fucker in the pussy. I mean, this whole show, he's dancing around. Don't swear. Please don't swear. Like, come on, guys. And I
have you on. Yeah, that's really.
He's like, Joe, I love you, man, and all this stuff. And I just couldn't help it. I knew that it was a dickhead move. I knew don't do that. Like, that's really not nice. Like, what if, but I could not help myself. And I lost
Stop entertaining, never stop inspiring, and never ask what's next because you can go the distance. You can do it.
Fucker in the pussy. Fucker in the pussy. Fucker in the pussy.
I like to imagine that you're being pulled away by like Bellevue orderlies as you're screaming it in a fucking mental rage.
I was actually so embarrassed I hung up on the whole thing and never came back into the call.
Did
I
you
don't
really?
know. Yeah, it actually did. It ended right. He goes, okay, and then it went to end. And the last thing you hear as he ends it, and the click noise comes on, and the thing goes on live, is Isaac Rojas says, "Oh God, I don't know what he says." He said something like, "He said, what the fuck is this show about?" Oh, I got it right here. He said one thing. He swore again, and like,
oh my
print.
God.
Oh, here it is.
Side fact.
fuck the free world.
Fuck
He
the
said,
free world. That's not even close to what you said. He said.
I don't know. I just couldn't believe that's how it ended though. Fuck the free world. Fucker in the pussy. Fucker in the pussy.
Yo, Tommy, what's
Don't say that. That's me.
Yo, come on, guys. Stop being a bunch of Negroes. Yo, Tommy, what's next?
Oh my God, that is insanity.
On the inside fact.
Fuck the free world.
Isaac Ross drops the mic, walks off stage. Jeez.
Yeah, right. I think I killed Dave Rose though. Anyway, let me so I'll go ahead. This is not my show.
Boy, you got anything else?
That's pretty much it.
I hope you've been sports entertained. Thanks for calling in, bud.
Yeah.
Take it easy. Pittsburgh Boy 96, everybody. AJ Tucker, you're back on the line. What you got, pal? You've been having the earmuff a lot in the show, haven't you? I feel bad. He's 12, Joe. I feel bad.
When I was 12. You should have heard the stuff I was recording on a tape recorder when I was 10.
Let me tell you, when I was 12, I tell you. That's right.
I got the tapes to prove it, man. I'm like, and then hey, ice cream man, like what's going on? Like, and then it's like, It's like, oh, your penis. Like, I mean, my stuff is gross. I was 10, so.
And, well, it's remained basically the same, so that's a good thing.
Yeah. It'll be okay.
What you got, AJ?
I just want to ask you, do you still watch TNA Impact?
When I can stomach it, as much as I can get through, I guess watch it while you can, because, they're not paying their wrestlers or backstage guys very well. So, no, I do. I try to catch it, but it's not a priority.
Yeah, I watched it this past Friday because there was nothing else on and I was bored, and it wasn't really that entertaining.
Yeah.
Probably the most memorable thing about the show was Mickie James announcing her retirement and Storm coming out convincing her not to. So that's probably the most entertaining part.
Was Wolverine there too?
Wolverine.
I gotta go watch.
Snippy snipe.
Hey Dave, I gotta run. I fulfilled my allotted time here. I suppose.
Right, well, you can stay on as long as you want, pal. You don't have to run off at all. I'm sure the people like to have you on, and I love having you on. So if you want to stick on, you're more than welcome.
I actually have to do something. That's why I gotta go.
Okay. So, you wanted me to be the dick? Yeah. Joe Cronin, you spent too much time. You took up all the airwaves. Now it's time for you to go. Is that better?
Yeah, that works.
Okay.
After your
WWE, yeah.
Well, maybe we can do it. We'll see. We'll try.
We'll touch bases in an hour. Sound good?
Yeah. Text me here, and we'll see what's up. And then Tommy C. Shot from the Point is going to be live after Dave here, and then at 3 p.m. Eastern time. And then after Tommy C is done, I'm going to be live after Tommy C because I think let's make a whole day of it.
Fuck it.
All right. I'll talk to you in a minute.
All right, bud.
I'll be listening.
I'll sext you.
See you later, Joe.
Joe Cronin, everybody. The legendary Joe Cronin. AJ, I'm sorry, AJ. What was the question you had, pal?
Oh, I asked you if you still watched Impact.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. Destination America, Joe and I were talking about how USA controls a lot of stuff on WWE. It's nowhere near as bad as what Destination America has done with the TNA product. Apparently, they have run full. That's why Kurt Angle became the champion, is because it's Destination America, and they wanted the Olympic hero as the champ and all this stuff. I've heard it's really bad, and they want to get out of this. They're tired of it already. It's already been a bad investment on their part, and TNA's regretting ever getting in bed with them as well. So I don't know. I don't know where TNA goes after this. I hope they don't go away. I like the fact that there are federations that people could still go to, but you know what? I think the death knell is going to be Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe was backstage at the NXT tapings this last week. Oh. He's going to be making an appearance soon. If he is successful, if he gets to the main roster and he's put over, that's going to be the green light for so many people who have been iffy about jumping ship from TNA over to WWE. That's going to be the green light. Austin Aries, all these young guys, maybe even Drew McIntyre going back at some point. Who knows? So it's quite interesting.
I'd love to see Samoa Joe on the main roster because there are so many guys that he'd have just awesome matches with.
Oh yeah, it's endless. It's endless because all these dream matches that we're gonna get to see, it's gonna be a lot of fun. And he's still young enough to pull it off, so I'm excited to see him see what he does. Just because of the potential that it unlocks for some of the older stars that are established in Ring of Honor and TNA and New Japan that have not come over either because they didn't want to, because they were unsure of how they would be used, or WWE not wanting to take a chance. This is going to open that door, and I'm excited about that.
It's going to be interesting.
Yeah. You got anything else, pal?
No.
All right, cool, man. I'm going to go ahead and get back into the Extreme Rules card. Feel free to call back in at any time, and just like anybody else. So thanks, AJ. You're the man as always.
Thank you.
Talk to you later, bud. If anybody else wants to call in and get their opinions heard on tonight's friggin' Extreme Rules card or any of the other pay-per-view stuff, or I'm sorry, the hockey playoffs, the basketball playoffs, whatever you want to talk about, go ahead and call in on Skype right now. David Vancura, DavidVancura. let's get back to Extreme Rules, the card. We got the last man standing match. We already talked about the Kiss Me Honest match, which I feel most people do believe Sheamus is going to win. Last man standing, Roman Reigns and Big Show. This is basically the only stipulation that would make this fight interesting. Nobody gives a shit about this match and this time, it's not even Roman Reigns' fault. It's the Big Show's fault because everybody hates him and everyone's tired of him and wants him to friggin' retire or just go the fuck away. I mean, at this point, Big Show is absolutely terrible. And Roman Reigns needs a more legitimate guy to be in there with. If you want to build him, destroying Big Show tonight in a last man standing is a really, really good way to start. And don't think there was nothing behind Roman Reigns getting the victory on SmackDown over Seth Rollins. So there's a lot there, I think. Black Mamba, sub to me for Daily Hockey Podcast. Mamba's going in the hockey business. Watch out, Tommy C. Tommy C is also in the chat, and he posted, sub me or get an STD. That's right, sub Shaw from the point. Do it now. Oh, we got a couple callers. Jeff Huffman. You are live with Dead on Dave. What's going on, Pally? My co-host on Touch 'Em All, the weekly baseball show. Liam Stevenson, you tried to call in. Go ahead and add me first and then try calling in again, okay? What's going on, Mr. Huffman?
Sorry, I just got done crying for about 5 hours straight, so I figured I'd jump on.
Yeah, for those wondering why Jeff Huffman is sad, I think he's sad because Adam Wainwright, the ace of the St. Louis Cardinals staff, is out for the year with probably a torn Achilles. It has not been confirmed yet what he actually
He's
has.
getting the MRI tomorrow, so...
What's up, bud? What you got?
No, that's pretty much all I got. Just wanted to say that I'm done crying.
Oh, okay. You're all out of tears?
Right now, there could potentially be more shed here in about, 4 hours or so.
Oh, when the Blues get put out of the playoffs?
Possibly.
I got a feeling they are, bud.
What more can they do? They dominated that last game. They dominated the last 2 games, and it makes no sense.
Dubnik. That's all I got to say.
Go, Kings, go.
It's quite bizarre, though. I mean, I'd rather play the friggin' Blues than Minnesota. If I'm the Blackhawks, I don't want to play Minnesota.
Well, yeah, you don't want to face Minnesota because they have God in goal.
They have a God in goal. That's very true.
And he has his angels all over the ice, giving them every single bounce.
Don't underestimate the rest of that team either. Parise is an elite player in this league.
I'm not saying they're a bad team at all, but
you do run into these gods in goalie. There's no question about that.
Right.
Hang with me for a second, bud. Okay. Black Mamba, you are live with Dead on Dave. What's going on, bud?
Hey, what's up? Me and Henry having a meeting yesterday.
Oh Christ!
Discussing this fantasy issue.
This is the fantasy baseball talk for Dead on Dave Productions League, which Mamba, myself, and Jeff Huffman, Jake Link, we're all involved in. Yeah, go ahead. What'd you guys come up with?
Speaking of that, I gotta make changes to that too.
Right. I know. Dave, take out your starting pitchers for today, so you can let me catch up shit.
Is that what you want? No, yeah. I'm good.
There's
I'm getting my first win, buddy.
No, I still got Dan Herring, 50 points.
Yeah, he just gave up a bomb to Bryce Harper a few minutes ago.
Oh, did he?
Ooh.
Yep.
Thank you, Jesus. Bryce Harper. Thou art God.
There's 2 teams that are not active. I know this. They haven't changed their lineups in a while. Sail Away With Me and First Name Seal, which sound the same.
Yeah, that's right. I'm glad you brought that up. If anybody out there wants to get into the Dead on Dave Productions League, we can go ahead and add you to it. We can transfer the teams from the 2 dead teams already. I will try and contact both owners of those teams. If they do not get back to me in a reasonable amount of time, if you want to get involved in the Dead on Dave Productions League, go ahead and hit me up on Twitter, and I'll contact you, and we will go ahead and set that up, and we'll transfer those 2 teams because we want a competitive league, right, guys?
Oh, yeah, because I'm looking at Sail Away With Me, and he has Lorenzo Kane and Garrett Richards on the bench still, or Diao or something. What the hell? Jesus. And I wanted Lorenzo Kane, so that's why I started getting pissed off.
Oh yeah, you see players that you want to take. Yeah.
Stop Hamill time.
You like that? No, you said it wrong. It's stop Hamilton. That's how
I
it's
like
supposed-
Rizzo's Shizo better.
I like Rizzo's the Shizzo, but I felt it needed a new update. Stop Hamilton is brilliant. It's brilliant.
Meh.
Whenever you can bring in a friggin' phrase that was popular almost 30 years ago, you do it. Especially when you do it with parachute pants.
By the way, how does the mic on my computer sound? Does it sound like garbage?
No, you actually sound really good. What the hell happened?
I don't know.
It sounds real. This is the best you've ever sound. Maybe Tommy's not going to castrate you.
Yeah, maybe not. Well, I am downstairs. I am closer to my router, but I'm not plugged in, so I don't know.
It sounds a lot better tonight. And not as good as Jake sounds. The heat's going to be off you because Jake is going to sound so good. Did you hear that asshole call in earlier to do a sound check on my show?
No, I didn't.
What a cock.
Did he have Sad Puppet with?
What's that?
Did he have Sad Puppet with him?
No, he didn't. In fact, he looked really creepy because he was sitting in a really, really weird, dark room in front of a window. He looked like Norman Bates' mother from Psycho. It creeped me out.
Oh, I want to see. I watched Bates Motel, but I haven't seen that movie yet.
You've never seen Psycho?
No.
Wow.
I was looking for it on Netflix, but didn't have it, so I'm like, fuck it.
God, you know what? Isn't it funny that Netflix that's the same thing people would say 15, 20 years ago. Well, Blockbuster doesn't have it, so I'm not watching it ever. You two are so young, you probably never even been to a Blockbuster.
I actually have. That's where I believe that may have been where I got my first WWE video game.
Me too. I got the 2000. What was it called? WrestleMania 2000. I got it for the Nintendo 64.
Oh, mine was
that one.
SmackDown vs. Raw 08.
Jesus.
And then I actually went. I liked that one so much. I actually got the older ones.
You went back? Who does that? Oh, I loved Madden 15. So you know what? I'm gonna go to Madden.
You know what?
96.
The older wrestling games. I actually think I like those better.
You know, you're not wrong. It's not as comparable as it is to like the football games because obviously when you go back, it's not as good as some of the games now. But wrestling, you're right. A lot of the late 90s, early 2000 wrestling games, especially the WCW ones, were really, really good.
But see, if you want to get a game that gets better every year, get a PlayStation 4 and get MVP the show.
Dude, you know Sony's going to have to send you a check at some point because you suck their balls.
They should.
I'm telling you.
You don't know.
I like the show, man. I like playing Diamond Dynasty.
To play that game.
Takes hit Madagascar, whatever your stupid name is. Dave, you fat fuck. There you go. Get a name I can pronounce if you're going to fucking insult me, you cocksmoker. I love you too. I think you said I love you after it. If I insulted you, I apologize. But I'm sensitive about my weight.
That brings me back to the video you made though about what was it about how phones are changing or something?
Oh, I missed my salty video.
I hate having everything that's just at your house. Even though growing up, it was like there was not technology yet, but when I started getting like 12, 13, that's when it started coming in.
Yeah.
So I had a feel of what was it like before all this stuff in the house was, and then after, like right now.
Yeah, I feel you.
But that had me thinking that video.
It was. I love that video. It came off from a rant that I had talking to my wife, and I was just like, I got to make this video because she called me the oldest, the youngest old grumpy man, you know. And I was just like, when I was a kid, you know, it was one of those things. You got anything else, Mr. Mamba?
I had something, but did I say them?
If you remember, go ahead and call back in because I got other callers calling in.
I know I have one thing. I said we should just all give up in fantasy because Jeff just dominates every week.
Oh, whatever. I'm gonna whoop his ass next time I play him. Call back later, Mamba. I'll talk to you later, buddy. Good call. Stephen Kessel, new caller. You are live, Dead on Dave. What's going on?
Robert Bortuzzo. # free Bortuzzo.
Awesome, Jeff. Stephen Kessel, what's going on, bud?
Hey, how you guys doing?
Pretty good. What you got?
This is Sexy Boy Steven.
Oh, another member of the Dead on Dave friggin' Fantasy Baseball League. You sound like that name is appropriate. I'm Sexy Boy Steven. What's up?
Oh
man?
yeah, I have a soft voice for it.
You
yeah.
do. It's kind of nice.
I am just dominating the competition this week.
Yeah, you are beating the hell out of people. Yeah, you've racked up a lot of points.
Except I lost Ben Zobrist, though.
Yeah, freaking Huffman and I put up
I
almost
lost
1,000
Wainwright.
points last year. Yeah, Huffman just lost Wainwright. Yeah, don't complain. You got
Who are
anything?
you gonna pick up next?
You got anything, Mr. Sexy Boy Steven?
Just a couple things. Maybe have you seen Eva Marie? Some videos of
Yes.
her wrestling.
Yes, she's been training with the Brian Kendrick. Yeah, I've been watching some of that. She looks like she's giving a fuck, doesn't she?
Yeah, she does. She brought in the springboard DDT.
Yeah. You know, the thing about her is if she gets even just somewhat decent in the ring, they're going to push her to the moon because she is goddamn gorgeous. I mean, whew, she's got one of those really unique looks that she is fine as hell, and people seem to dig her look. So if she gets adequate in the ring, watch out. Watch out.
And do you also think the Bella twins? This might be the last time we see them tonight.
I have a feeling, just because of the way it's going. Yeah, I've been thinking the same thing. I think Naomi's going to win the belt tonight because they already have a feud built to take the place of this. You know, when Paige comes back, it's a natural feud. It's already there. She's technically the number one contender anyway. So Naomi and her for the title as a feud kind of seems the next logical point. I think that if Nikki loses tonight, look for their final showing to be tomorrow because they're going to have to unless they do an injury angle tonight, which I doubt they'll do. They'll probably end up doing it on Raw tomorrow. So I think there's a very good possibility they will end up.
I put Chris Archer in the line. Oh my god.
Hey, Jeff, you got anything else, bud?
No, not much. Not much. That's pretty much it. Just getting ready for a shot from the point here in about 40 minutes.
What do you think about the Padres lately?
The Pods, well, I think they've fallen off a little bit lately, haven't they? They had that.
Like a 4-game losing streak.
Yeah, they had that hot start and just kind of gone off the rails. That's true. That's very true.
Well, Matt Carpenter just worked the count to 3 too. That's nothing new.
I'm going to try to get this back to Extreme Rules talk, okay, gentlemen? You guys mind that at all?
No, all right. I'll leave you alone.
No, you're good, buddy. What do you think? What do you guys think of the Roman Reigns Big Show match? It's kind of cut and dry, right? Roman Reigns wins in a last man standing. There's no way Big Show wins this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he needs to show his dominance.
I agree. I think that's what has to happen. We just talked about the Divas match, Divas Championship match, where there's no stipulation. It looks like Naomi is set up to win this. Does anybody care about this match? I find myself, for some reason, actually giving a crap more than I usually would. Am I alone in that? What's up?
I don't know.
You're not watching the pay-per-view anyway.
I just want to stare at them.
Yeah, I agree with that. Naomi, for different reasons too. I want to stare at Naomi's ass and Nikki's rack. You know, it's...
Don't if Graham's listening, don't get him started on that.
I'm not shitting on Naomi this week. I'm giving her a little bit of credit. She's very well improved over the last couple of weeks. She's done a lot of good things, and I love the promo work she's doing.
She's been great in the promos.
She has, because she's kind of crazy, and I like it. I like it.
Everybody likes crazy.
Yeah, I dig crazy chicks. Me and CM Punk have something in common. CM Punk. I'm going with Naomi over Nikki Bella to win the Divas Championship. I think that's what I'm.
Same here.
Probably the most intriguing thing on the card is the Intercontinental Championship match, which of course has no stipulation because there's probably no friggin' match. Because Bad News Barrett is supposed to be taking on Daniel Bryan, but because of the well-documented injuries to Mr. Bryan, it seems like he will not be there. Now, there are some reports coming out that he's not even in Chicago. So what is going to happen tonight? Are they going to have an interim title match? Are they going to scrap the entire thing? Are they going to put something else in its place? Do they add Barrett into the other match with Sheamus and Ziggler? What do they do? What's the course of action here? What do you guys think? Oh, it looks like Jeff Huffman has left us. So, Steven, what do you think?
It's either Daniel Bryan doesn't show up and gives up the title, or Daniel Bryan does show up and maybe loses in under 10 seconds.
Yeah, I think that's a possibility, but if he's as messed up as they're saying he is, and now remember, this is not, according to sources on the dirt sheets, this is not has anything to do with his neck surgeries from previous, his elbow. This is a concussion. He was concussed like April 9th at one of the European shows. That's what they're saying is responsible for him missing time now. And if that's the case, you definitely got to keep him out of the ring. I guess he could come in and get squashed real quick, but I don't think they want to take the chance. I don't even think he's going to show up at all.
Yeah, or Bad News Barrett, just a bull hammer, 10 seconds and it's over. We don't see Bryan for a few months.
I got a feeling they're not gonna have him work. If he does show up, it'll be there to do his walk away speech. I don't know if they're gonna strip him, but I have a feeling they're gonna do an interim title match. I was talking about that earlier. I think they're going to do an interim title match and crown a champion in the meantime, because they need an Intercontinental champion. They need somebody to carry the belt, make things a little more interesting. I'd like to see Neville. I'd love to see Neville in this match with Bad News Barrett. I really would.
Yeah, Neville is my favorite superstar right now because he has just amazing moves, and he should be a champion right away.
Yeah, I'm in agreement. I think he's had some really great matches with some of the top guys in the company, and he's looked really good, in losses to some of the top guys, and that's been unbelievably entertaining. But now he's starting to pick up matches. He got the win over Bad News Barrett in the tag team match, the best match from this week's SmackDown, as a matter of fact. So I'm kind of looking for them to continue to build off that.
Yeah.
Let's go on to the next match here. The United States Championship match and a Russian chain match. John Cena versus Rusev. I think this is it. I think this is where they're going to put Rusev over hard. I kind of want to see Cena continue to be champ because I like these U.S. Open championship things that he's doing. But there's no reason that they won't continue doing that with Rusev. They can continue to do it because it's been really entertaining. So maybe they'll keep it going with Rusev. But I think this is kind of the payoff. We've had them exchange wins. Cena got his moment at WrestleMania for some friggin' reason. This has got to be where they put Rusev over, right? Cena can't win again.
I think that adding in the Russian chain stipulation is just going to take away from the match.
Well, here's the thing. If you look at both matches that they've had from the last two pay-per-views, neither one was very good. Even the WrestleMania match that did get some praise, if you go back and watch it, it was not a knockdown, drag-out, great match. It was friggin' absolutely terrible. It was just terrible's the wrong word. It wasn't bad from a technical standpoint or anything like that. It was just boring. There was not a lot of stuff going on. Yeah, Cena hit that stunner move for the first time, the springboard stunner. Now I wish he would retire that stupid move already because I'm sick of it. But it just, I don't know. It feels like the chain is going to benefit because the matches have been so boring. So I'm kind of hoping that it actually adds something to it. Because you got to admit, Rusev locking in the Steiner recliner on Cena and Ryback over the last 2 weeks and pulling that chain over their face has been kind of badass looking.
Oh yeah, but you could go either way. John Cena. It's hard to see John Cena lose the title after 1 month, but for Rusev, he can't lose 2 pay-per-views in a row.
You would think.
So I think he has to win this.
Yeah, I think he has to win it. But you know what? That's what we keep saying about every match, and this kind of gets me a little nervous here.
Like Dean Ambrose, he has to win it.
Every match seems like it's a logical, there's almost no surprise here. But we know that there's going to be some shockers, and it's just where are they going to put the shockers in? I mean, is it possible that the next match we're going to talk about, the World Heavyweight Championship match, is that going to be the shocker? Could they actually take the belt off of Rollins already? Is that going to be the shocker? I don't think so because, again, this seems to be a no-brainer. It seems like Rollins has to win. He's got to look strong going over Orton and getting to the next feud, which will hopefully be like Ambrose. But it just seems like somewhere on this card has to be a shocker. And where do you think it's going to fall?
I'm not sure. I have been hearing about how Bray Wyatt might be targeting Randy Orton.
I thought that until the promos from the last 2 weeks. The promos from the last 2 weeks, to me, have made it clear that it's a big, muscular guy who cherishes weightlifting. And really, you could say there's two guys, but really, there's only one guy who cares about weightlifting. That's the world's strongest man, Mark Henry. So, I don't know. I would have liked to have seen a feud with Randy Orton, but I think more likely we're going to get Kane and Randy Orton next, which I'm okay with because they're both kind of, older, and Randy's not that old, but I mean, Kane is, and both of them kind of need to go to the background a little bit, and it'd be a good feud for them. So, what do you think?
So you think Kane might screw Randy Orton?
Yeah, I do, because him screwing Rollins seems too on the nose. And the Authority, for better or worse, have always come together, even when it looked like they were about to fall apart in the past. So I'm expecting the same thing to happen and Kane to destroy Randy Orton. And I also have a feeling that we might get the return of Masked Kane at some point as well.
Oh, yeah, they've been teasing it past few weeks.
They have been. You got anything else, Mr. Steven Kessel?
No, that's it. Just thanks for taking my call.
Hey, no problem. I love getting new callers, bud.
I plan on calling every week.
Awesome. Well, we can,
except for this Sunday, though.
Yeah, when you start getting your ass kicked in fantasy, I'll talk shit. So.
Okay. Hey, I'm gonna be in Las Vegas this Sunday.
Oh, awesome.
For Mayweather Pacquiao.
Oh, you're going to the fight.
Yeah, but I'm not actually gonna go see it.
Oh, okay.
At MGM, man. Tickets are expensive.
Yeah, just a tad, just a tad. I used to live in Vegas, so that's awesome.
Yeah. All right.
Have fun,
thanks
buddy.
for talking to me, Dave.
Hey, take some photos and stuff, and I'll post that shit. Okay.
All right. We're on Twitter.
Yeah, just send them to me on Twitter, and I'll post them right here on the show, and we'll show some of the things that you saw while you're in Vegas.
All right. Thanks, Dave.
Yeah, make sure you take a you get 10 points if you take a picture of a stripper's anus.
Okay. Well, I'll be around everywhere.
Sweet. All right. Thanks a lot, bud. Good call.
All right. Thanks.
Steven Kessel, everybody. AJ Tucker, you've called back. What you got, bud?
Hmm?
You called, AJ.
Oh yeah. I just want to talk about the world title match, Orton and Rollins.
Yeah, perfect timing.
Yeah. So, it's kind of, well, not kind of, but it's pretty obvious that Kane is going to turn on Orton.
Yeah.
Because, they've been teasing, like, oh, he's going to turn on Rollins. He's going to turn on Rollins.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's what they want us to think, but he's going to turn on Orton. But do you think it's going to be a good match?
Well, the in-ring work should be good. It's Seth Rollins and Randy Orton. They work well together. They're both great performers. So I have no doubt that with the backdrop of the cage, we're going to get a nice, brutal, hard-hitting match. Who knows what Seth Rollins might do off the cage? He's absolutely insane. I'm expecting to see something really magical out of Seth Rollins. And I kind of feel like he has to win without Kane because I'd like to see Seth go over really strong here. He is beating a 12-time champion or whatever the hell Randy is. I'd like to see that punctuated with something really special. Maybe the Phoenix Splash, the Ark of God off the top of the cage. I don't think that's possible, but it would be quite cool to see.
I think it's too good of a spot to actually happen.
Yeah. Well, I think it's too dangerous.
Yeah.
That move, the Phoenix Splash, that high might be too dangerous, even for Seth Rollins. I don't know. What are you excited about from this paper? Now, we've hit all the matches, so I hope those of you who have been yelling at me to finish up with the friggin' Extreme Rules down in the chat. I hope you're happy. I've gotten through all the matches, you sons of bitches. What are you excited about?
I'm kind of excited about Ambrose and Luke Harper, the Chicago Street Fight. I think that should be a good match.
I think it's got a hell of a lot of potential.
Because both guys can work really well.
Yeah, they can. They're both great workers, and they do have great chemistry together. They always have. I mean, for when they were feuding between the Wyatts and the Shield,
Yeah.
they were always working well together. So I'm in agreement there. You got anything else, Mr. AJ, before I let you go?
Oh, I was gonna say I'm looking forward to the Sheamus Ziggler match. Not the stipulation really,
Yeah,
but
kiss my arse, yeah.
I feel like they could do in ring work. I think they could do a good match. The main event, obviously, I'm looking forward to that. Reigns, Big Show.
I want it to be over
kind
with.
of-
I want that feud to be done. So you know what? At least it's a
Yeah.
last man standing match, so it has the potential to be quite interesting.
We might see like a spear through the barricade or something.
Oh, he
I don't know.
always does that stupid spot. I hope he like spears him off the stage or something. That would be
That'd be-
far more
that'd be
cool.
really cool.
I'm gonna kill somebody because now my phone is ringing, but I'm gonna let it ring. I don't care. I don't care. I'm not. Well, you know what? I gotta answer it. I'm gonna go ahead and talk to each other. Brandon Colby, you're on live, Dead on Dave. AJ Tucker, talk to him for a moment.
Okay.
Hey, what's up, man? Just wanted to reiterate the other night I called into Joe Cronin show and was talking about the whole no RKO stipulation and whether or not he thought that we may see a new Randy Orton finisher or setup maneuver somewhere within the night.
Oh, that's right. You asked that last week, didn't you?
We might see a punt or something.
I think it's a possibility that we could. I don't think he's going to introduce a new finisher because the RKO is so over. I mean, you had all those memes. You had all the RKO out of nowhere. I don't think the RKO is going anywhere. But
I thought they removed the punt for the PG era because it was.
He's done the punt.
He
in
did
the
it to the Big Show at Survivor Series.
Yeah, he's done the punt.
I
a few
guess
times,
that's true.
yeah. He has done it. So
I just thought it was the whole no RKO
if
stipulation kind of seems weird to me. Like there's some sort of underlying message that they were trying to get through.
If it was a regular match, I'd agree. Go ahead and talk to each other for a moment. Person keeps calling me. God damn it.
So anyway, I don't know. I also thought that the Extreme Rules, Rollins possibly bringing out something crazy, his finisher off of the top of the cage or something along those lines.
That'd be
Something that will steal the show.
Goddamn German kids calling me. Ugh. Anyway.
It's ironic that the RKO is banned and then the curb stomp is like he's not doing the curb stomp anymore. So that's kind of ironic.
Well, like I was saying before this phone call interrupted me, if it was a regular match and the RKO would have been banned, I would have looked at it more like, okay, there's a possibility that maybe the RKO is going away. But because it's in a cage where brutality rules anyway, and there's so many ways to win a match without hitting your finisher, I don't put as much stock into it.
I almost feel like he has to do the RKO because I actually I saw a match. It was Edge and Ziggler for the world title, and the stipulation was that Edge couldn't use the spear, and he ended up using it behind the ref's back, and he retained his belt. So I think there could be a possibility that he'll do it anyway.
Yeah, I think he will, but not during. I don't think he will do it during the match. I think it'll be after the match. He'll get him after the match or something like that. I have a feeling. I just don't see him doing it during the match. They've built it too much to make sure it's not going to be used. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Is tonight the night the New Day gets the belts?
I think there's a very good possibility of that happening. The more I've thought about it, the more I think that's
I think
likely.
so too.
Mainly, and Joe Cronin hit it 100% right when he was on earlier. He hit it perfectly. It just works better for their plans because Kid and Cesaro are not getting booed enough to be heels, and they're probably never going to get cheered enough to be full faces with the belt. So they're kind of stuck in this weird purgatory. New Day doesn't have that problem. They're going to get booed out of the building because they suck and everybody hates them. But they're starting to be hated in that interesting way that you want to build a team around. So, I think one person at a time.
I think we've had face tag. My apologies. I just want to throw in that I think we've had a face tag team for far too long. Even Cesaro and Kid, even though they started out as heels, ended up turning face. So.
Well, they haven't been turning face. They just got some good reactions while they were in Europe. They've still worked as heels. So I don't know. I'm thinking that it's a very good possibility that yes, they are going to have a full-on heel tag team, and that would be the New Day. And it would be kind of cool to see, if not the Lucha Dragons feud with them, primetime players. The primetime players, they're the most over tag team in the division right now, and they're not even wrestling matches. You know?
Yeah, well, I mean, the fact is that they cut the best promos out of anybody in the tag team division. So, I mean,
they cut the weirdest
I definitely can
promos.
see
I'll
that.
give them that.
Yeah, definitely there. But I don't know. I think Titus is kind of underutilized anyways.
He is. I think he's got the look for it. Isaac A in the chat is losing his mind a little bit, and I've said it before as well. I have gone to make sure I reference this. The curb stomp is not banned, and he's saying it's not. And you're right. The curb stomp is not banned by the WWE. It's not being used as much, though. They have said that they're not going to highlight it as much. It's going to be one of those moves that when he busts it out, he's always going to have it in his back pocket type of thing. But now he has a move that kind of looks like a pedigree as his finisher, but it's a higher up pedigree. It's a double arm DDT setup, which is arms above the back just like a pedigree, but he's dropping him down from the waist position like a DDT, but straight down like a pedigree. So it's essentially a friggin' pedigree. I mean, just higher up. It really, I mean, look at the move. It really is. He lifts up the legs and everything. It's a pedigree. Just higher. I like it, though.
But back to the tag team thing,
yeah.
I think there's a possibility that the Lucha Dragons could cost the New Day the tag team titles, returning the favor for what New Day did to them on Raw. Oh, you can go on.
No, go ahead.
Oh, thank. I see Cesaro and Kid retaining their titles tonight.
Really? I don't know. I don't think I like them. I think they're a really good tag team, and I enjoyed Natalya in her role there. But Joe Cronin I just felt he had it 100% right, man. And they've got to go to a team that is a definitive good or bad guy, and that's not Kid and Cesaro. They're not. They're right in the middle. They're the purgatory of the tag team division. So they're going to go to a team like the New Day, who is going to get the type of reaction that they want them to get. So I think for that reason, we're going to see the New Day take the belts off. And honestly, what has Kid and Cesaro really done? I mean, they've worked some good matches, but I mean, other than that, they haven't really had a huge feud that has been like put their stamp on something. I mean, who are they beating? Los Matadores? There's no Puerto Rican bullfighters.
No.
Yeah, I mean, really, in all reality, I think Cesaro was better utilized as a singles competitor as opposed to a tag team competitor, but that's just me.
He's never used properly.
Well, yeah.
Well, I didn't
true.
like him when he was the Paul Heyman guy. I hated that gimmick.
It was so stupid and out of nowhere because he was so hot, he was so over, and then they're like, I don't even think putting him with Heyman was the problem. It was the fact they put him with Heyman and then tried to make him ultra heel like that, and that was a mistake. That's what was stupid, and that's what really caused all the issues. And I don't know. I don't know if they just don't want him to be a top guy, or if they just genuinely don't feel he has that connectability with the fans, which I think is a valid point, by the way. I'm not sure that he does have a full connection, because he was one of those guys who was getting over because of his move. The Cesaro swing was getting over. It really wasn't what Cesaro was doing. That swing got over. Like, it was the same thing with Daniel Bryan at the beginning, and when he wasn't getting over, his yes chants were the most over thing about him, and then he became this almost iconic figure because everyone realized how damn good he is. Mm-hmm. And it's weird how it goes sometimes.
He was bringing up the whole screwing over people to cost matches tonight. I thought with the promo that Ziggler did with Neville on SmackDown kind of gave me hints that something like that might happen with the Ziggler match tonight, or something with costing Sheamus or something like that for all the crazy crap that he's done in the last month.
Oh, you think maybe Neville costing Sheamus?
Yeah, I think it's a possibility. He doesn't even have to come down and really interfere. More or less just, the pyro show or something going off, and it catches Sheamus off guard, and Ziggler, and he loses the match that way.
My only problem with that is you cannot have Sheamus lose. He cannot kiss his own ass or kiss Ziggler's ass. He can't do it. They've worked too hard to get him over as this super heel now. They've got to continue that, because I do feel that there is a shakeup coming within the Authority, and he is the guy who's going to be taking the place of whoever leaves. I believe Sheamus is being billed to be the next huge heel within the company, the top heel, as a matter of fact. So you can't have him lose to Ziggler, and especially kissing an ass, even if it's his own. You just can't do it. So.
Or maybe it's something where, are all the matches tonight no disqualification then?
I don't think they are.
Okay.
They all have stipulations except for the Intercontinental title match, because I don't think it's happening, and the women's title match. Everything else has a stipulation.
Gotcha. Well, I don't know. I don't know. I just always that to me, the promo that they cut was just kind of subliminal to me also. I mean, it may not be something that happens tonight, but maybe they have him and Neville working together in the future past this pay-per-view.
That's possible, but I think it's very likely that we're going to see Neville and Bad News Barrett in some kind of a match tonight, whether it's for the interim Intercontinental title or not. I think that's where it's going to go, because they've kind of put Neville into the spot that Daniel Bryan was in with Bad News Barrett, and so I have a feeling that that's going to be the match we're going to see take the place of Daniel Bryan. Bad News Barrett will be Neville.
The thing that I didn't like about the Bad News Barrett and Neville thing was, well, Daniel Bryan wasn't on Raw or SmackDown this past week, but they didn't even try and build up an IC title match. It's like almost like they don't know what they're doing with this
they've
feud.
said it. They've referenced it, that match is up in the air, that it probably wasn't going to happen. They didn't know. I think it's the reason why it may look like they don't know what they're doing is because they really don't know the status of Daniel Bryan, if he was going to get cleared or not. So instead of jumping the gun earlier and like stripping him of the belt or setting up some type of interim match, they can do that on the pay-per-view tonight, and it'll be completely acceptable because they've already referenced the fact that Daniel Bryan may not be performing. They have talked about it. They've said that he may not be able to perform. So all they have to do is say it turns out he's not performing, and they'll probably do it on the pre-show, and then they'll set up something for later on in the night. I really do feel that we're going to have a new interim Intercontinental Champion, which is exciting because we usually don't have that. AJ, you got anything else, bud?
Oh, well, the last thing I wanted to say was it'd be interesting if, I think you mentioned this earlier, but if a new champion was crowned tonight, then Daniel Bryan came back with his own title, then they did kind of a Razor Ramon, Shawn Michaels thing at the next pay-per-view and do like a unification match. It doesn't even have to be a crazy stipulation. It could be just a singles match. But I'd enjoy that.
I think it's very likely, and I would love it if those two guys, if Daniel Bryan was the guy and he was going after Neville, who wins the title tonight. That would be incredible to me. So, yeah,
I like that.
Good call, Mr. Tucker. Good call.
Thank you.
Take it easy, bud. Good call as always. Liam Stevenson, you are live with Dead on Dave. What's going on?
Hi, Dave.
What's up?
I have a question about NXT, and who do you think's going to be the biggest star coming out of NXT in like the current roster they have?
Ooh, for me, I think it's a toss-up. I think there's one guy who's above everybody else, and that's Kevin Owens. I think Kevin Owens has the it factor that you just don't see from people anymore. We haven't seen that type of attitude and everything coming together with talent and drive and everything, the speaking ability and a built-in fan base. We just haven't had it since the Attitude Era. So I think he's probably the cream of the crop. And then very, very closely followed by a Finn Balor type of guy. Finn Balor has all of the tools that you want. He's got the creepy, seldom used intro, the war paint. He's a good-looking guy. He's got an amazing, unique moveset. He's a great worker technically and other aspects. So Finn Balor, I think, has got all the tools to be a top guy.
I have to jump in there on Finn Balor just because I'm a fan also, and I actually kind of have him ahead of Owens. But the only stipulation with that is that he would have to come to the main roster and only be in paint. To me, I don't really like the whole split persona thing. You may as well just go with the war paint and just go full-fledged balls to the wall with it, to me.
Unfortunately, they're not going to be able to do it because it resembles too much of the Boogeyman. And people are the stupider wrestling fans, they're going to be like, oh, it's like the Boogeyman. It's not like the Boogeyman, but people are, that entrance is so much like the Boogeyman's entrance that they'll never do it for that reason. I like the fact that it's used sporadically. I like that they don't bust it out all the time. I think it does give him something special. And the fact that if you've been a fan of Prince Devitt in the Indies, people know that he's done a lot crazier things than the war paint that we've seen on NXT. So it's pretty unique. He's a really creative guy, man. I like him a lot. But I'm still, for my money, I got to go with Owens. Who do you think is going to be the top guy, Mr. Stevenson?
I reckon it probably Kevin Owens, but I could see Sami Zayn possibly doing something similar to Daniel Bryan because he's quite a similar character.
I think the universe has had too much of corny John Cena type characters at this point. So unless they can retool his character, I don't really see that. But that's just my opinion.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I'm with you, man, and I'll tell you why. You're spot on with it. They're gonna have to change his gimmick. That gimmick that he's using now, the thing, that it's not gonna work for him on the higher level. It's just when he goes up, it's just not gonna work. I think missing time has hurt him a little bit too, because he's missed time during this entire period where NXT was the biggest they've ever been. You know, everybody has been going crazy about the women's division in the past 2 months. The things they did at the WrestleMania event in San Jose, Atami, Balor, even Prince Pretty, friggin' Tyler Breeze, Enzo Amore, Big Cass, all these guys are doing all of these things, and Sami Zayn was hurt during the time. He wasn't on TV, so he's kind of missed out on this wave that the NXT guys were riding. And the fact that he's not good on the mic, I think, hurts him quite a bit. And I don't know. They're going to have to change his gimmick. Maybe El Generico. I don't know.
I also tend to think that some of the guys that have came up from NXT to the main roster and kind of have just, sank back down and kind of fell back, to non-relevancy, your Adam Roses and guys like that. There's a lot. I mean, to me, Adam Rose is kind of like a Tyler Breeze. They're almost the exact same type of character to me.
Yes and no. I think Tyler Breeze they've given Tyler Breeze something they didn't give Adam Rose, even when Adam Rose was in NXT. They've really let Breeze get over people and become a top guy in the company. Mm-hmm. Think about it. The only guy who's gone over Hideo Itami, really, it's been Finn Balor and Tyler Breeze. Everybody else has been Itami's bitch. And that it's because they really are high on him. People bring up some of the failures that have happened from a couple of the guys from NXT that came up to the main roster. And really, you only have two main ones, and it's Bo Dallas and Adam Rose. Adam Rose is because he was becoming the comedic replacement for Santino, and then they started going dark with him, but they never finished the transition. And Bo Dallas, his gimmick never was going to translate to the WWE stage, and he got hurt. So it's kind of hard to judge those two. But everybody else who's come up, your Roman Reigns, the entire Shield, Bray Wyatt, Rusev, they're all top guys. And this next group of guys, starting with Neville and ending with friggin' who knows, because they have such a long line of people, it's just going to be stud after stud after stud. And most of them have what Bo Dallas and Adam Rose really didn't have, and that's built-in fan bases from the indies. I mean, Finn Balor, Hideo Itami, Kevin Owens, even Sami Zayn, they have built-in fan bases because they've been working in the business for the past 13 years.
Can we talk about Hideo real quick, though, and just his use in general? Because I was so upset with the whole WrestleMania thing. Was just completely...
What, the fact that he lost the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal?
Yeah, well, I mean, I just think that if you're going to bring a guy like that and you're going to, they didn't really tout it too much on the commentary that he was like this NXT breakout, but at the same time, for there's, the growing fan base of NXT that watches WWE, they're all expecting, to really showcase his skills. And I didn't expect him to win by any means, don't get me wrong there, but I think that they could have used his skill set and showcased him a little bit just to give it even just a little bit more flair than what the match already had.
Well, he hit a few moves during the match, but it's kind of hard to showcase it during a battle royal. And any qualms that I had about that, anything that I was pissed off about, it was quickly remedied from that 20 minutes they gave at the end of that episode of NXT 2 weeks later, which was basically the Hideo Itami episode. they put the guy over so hard. They gave him 20 minutes at the end of NXT where they just showed his entire journey, and it was incredible. It gave me goosebumps. It was incredibly well done. So they're very high on Hideo Itami, and they weren't. Maybe if they were going to have that be his actual debut to the main roster, then yeah, they could have showcased him more and had him win it. But the fact that it was not his debut, they didn't really need to. You got anything else, Mr. Stevenson?
What was your favourite match out of NXT so far? I would say mine would have been the Sami Zayn Cesaro 2 out of 3 falls. The finish was amazing in that match.
That was a good match. That was a really good match. For me, I have different levels of entertainment. Both of the Finn Balor Hideo Itami matches were incredible. They were so well done, a lot of fun. I really enjoyed the Kevin Owens Sami Zayn match, for the title. I thought that was because it was such a different match that everyone was expecting it to be. It was really dark, and the pop-up powerbomb finish where he just kept doing it, I thought was really incredibly well done. But probably from an entertainment standpoint, I am no more entertained in all of wrestling than when Enzo Amore and Big Cass come on the friggin' screen. Those guys kill me. I love them. I love them. I love them. I love them. They are going to be the next New Age Outlaws in every possible positive way you could think of. It's going to be great.
How far do you reckon they could go in the tag team division though? Because the tag team division's decent in NXT, but compared to the main roster, it's not that good because it's quite like it's not a very talented roster in the tag team division.
Well, I mean that's because the main roster needed help.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I think they can go all the way to the top of the main roster. Look, Blake and Murphy are a really good tag team. I enjoy them as champions. But outside of them, there really are no other big tag teams within the division. The Vaudevillains have completely gone away. I don't know if they're going to be retooled or what. The Lucha Dragons have now gone up. So I think it's just a matter of time before Cass and Enzo go up to the main roster. And when they do, because there's so much indecision within the tag team division, they don't know who they want to be face. They don't know who they want to be heel. When Cass and Amore come up, if they get anywhere near the reaction they get down in NXT, they're going to shoot right up the ladder. Because they're going to sell merch. They're going to have chants. I mean, it's going to be incredible. And so I think
they'll have to debut in like a Chicago crowd or like a night after WrestleMania, because I don't think they could like debut in like a normal crowd where like John Cena will get quite a big reaction, stuff like that.
I don't know. I think as long as it's a smarter crowd, a crowd that knows the NXT product, and believe me, they'll be cognizant of that. They'll be really smart about where they put them. Look for anywhere on the East Coast. Chicago's also a good opportunity, but the East Coast, I mean, because they're Staten Island or Long Island, New Jersey, whatever the hell they are, that makes a lot of sense. They're going to get a huge, huge pop there. So.
Yeah, I don't know many states really in America because I live in England, but
no, I couldn't tell. I couldn't tell at all. At least you don't sound like Adrian Neville. You know, you can't I know that you're speaking English, but I don't know what the fuck language he speaks.
He speaks.
He needs to slow down.
Newcastle.
Yeah, he speaks Newcastle. That's right. It's like an alien language, man. You cannot understand a word he says. And I love the guy. I love Neville. But
there's a show over here like where all the people where he lives, it's called like Geordie Shore, like, you know, there's Jersey
Geordie Shore.
Yeah, they're all from where he's from.
You can't understand a word those assholes say. It's fantastic. I appreciate the call, man. Enjoy the pay-per-view tonight, and make sure you call in again, dude, anytime.
Yeah, well,
all right, bud. Thanks for the call.
I also wanted to throw in, I didn't catch the beginning of your show, so don't cut my head off if you've already covered this, but do you think we see Brock Lesnar tonight?
No. Easy question. No.
I've been following too much hockey lately, so I haven't been able to follow as much wrestling news.
Yeah, we're not seeing him till SummerSlam. It's just...
All right. Well, yeah, I mean, that makes sense, but I just didn't know if it was maybe something that, you know, maybe the show is what they would consider lackluster, like missing something. So they, write something where Brock would come in and, just like destroy everything or something like that.
I mean, it's always a possibility. Because Brock is so hot right now, even when he's not on TV, it's a possibility. But because tonight has to be definitive in so many ways of moving on, I just don't see it happening. It could, but I don't see it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just thought he was so hot, just to take him off of TV like that was just like complete. That and the whole thing with Kane laying down to Rollins like made me so pissed off that I just about like gave up completely.
I actually thought that was kind of funny the way they did it with him choke slamming him and then pulling him over him. I thought at least they did it in a non-bitch fashion. And Brock had to go. I mean, his friggin'
yeah, I mean his contract's really what it is, and I understand that, but some people are selfish and want to see him more. So, yeah, but that's whatever.
All right, Brad, I'm going to go ahead and get you off here while I get ready to close the show. I appreciate the call, bud. Good job.
No problem. I just want to tell everybody that doubted the Red Wings that they can see us in the Eastern Conference semis.
One game
we'll be
away.
there playing Montreal.
Well, they got one more game to win, bud. So.
Hey, we got one more game to win. That's right, but nobody even gave us a shot in the first place. So.
Hey, I did. I thought they had a chance, but good call, bud.
Thanks, man. See ya. Have a good day.
The great Dave Rose has now joined us. You are live at Dead on Dave. What's up, pal?
What's up? Considering the fact that there's only 10 minutes left in the show, I'll keep my comments brief because obviously you and I can, speak for a while on a lot of things. But number one, I'm just testing out my mic. Do I sound okay?
You sound very Dave.
No, I'm not testing out my mic. I wouldn't disrespect you like that. I thought it'd be a little bit of a joke there.
I don't even blame Jake. That was
swing and a miss.
I'm glad Jake did it. It was funny.
But basically, I just wanted to quickly ask you. I'm sort of to deviate your discussion a bit. It's still about WWE, though. Recently, Joe Cronin was featured on English television in Britain, and they were doing the whole reaction to Undertaker losing the streak. Can you explain to me why that was such a big deal? I mean, I thought he should have retired after fighting Triple H, but and I totally thought that he wasn't looking very good either with Punk or with Lesnar. Why is it still such a big deal about the streak being broken? And remember the fact that, and I'm sure you know this, but the listeners, remember the fact that I was actually watching live when he premiered, when The Undertaker premiered in the WWE. He's done a lot for me. He's done great work, and he is a legend. He's a Hall of Famer. But I don't understand this whole, like the guy in the front row who's just, his jaw had dropped open and he couldn't believe it. What's the big deal?
Because the majority of the people who are still in awe of it, they're the ones who are just completely immersed in everything WWE as far as they buy it, and The Undertaker losing was out of their paradigm. It was impossible for them to comprehend that would ever happen. I'm really surprised it didn't happen a little bit earlier, to be completely honest.
Yep.
But, it is what it is. I feel it's died out a lot. Maybe it got a big reaction in England, or you said it happened in the UK is where they were showing it?
Correct.
Maybe it's just because it's still new there. It's still real to them, damn it. I don't know. I don't know. It is really weird. You've been going in the comment section all night going on about Lucha. I have to
only a few times.
No, I know. And I got to give them some credit. They pulled a fastball, but this was their season finale or whatever. So
this past episode?
Yeah, that was their season finale, and they're actually having a lot of trouble getting funding for the entirety of season 2. I've
heard a little bit about that.
Yeah, there's some questions whether Lucha is going to last much longer because El Rey is having problems.
Yeah, it's the network in general. It's not necessarily the one product that's bringing it down, but I do agree with you. I've read a little bit about that. Yeah. I hope that Cuban decides to get a little more involved and try to maintain the viability of it, because I've not been this excited and so thrilled with wrestling in ages. And it gives me something that is lacking in other promotions, at least currently, because things always change. And just as Dead on Dave was always saying, it seems that there's some sort of upswing in the WWE. Things are going back to the PG-14 era type thing, or AA, whatever you want to call it.
It looks like they're going in the right direction as far as like the PG thing. I don't know. They're definitely pushing the envelope more than usual. The thing about Lucha is, I heard about this episode. I heard about the title change. I heard about all this, right? And so I checked it out. It didn't do it for me, man. I feel like people.
So the trios match, even with Angelico flying off the office, that just didn't do it for you.
No.
Okay.
It was exciting, but it was fleeting for me. And at least it wasn't a spot in that stupid square that drives me crazy, by the way.
Yeah.
All their spots in
know
the
it does.
square, the designated square. Only do your spots where there's 8 inches of padding. Oh my God, it drives me insane.
Well, they did this time around actually throw a bunch of people into the chairs.
Yes, they did.
And whether those people were marks or not, that was a good throw.
It was a good spot. It was definitely
couple
a
of
good
botches,
spot.
couple of botches this episode, but actually, other than that, you don't usually see that many botches. But it is
on Lucha,
pre-recorded, so
God,
you got to
Lucha,
understand
you
that.
do. Yeah,
Now,
I feel I see botches all the time. And that was part of the reason why I walked away, is because I felt everything is so carefully set up because of their high risk style and always going to the top rope, and they're always holding hands when they're setting up moves, and it drives me nuts. And they still botch. And maybe
that being said, it's improved a lot since you last watched that episode. So
I've understood.
There's been progression stuff, but nonetheless, it is. We'll agree to disagree. I mean, does it for me? Doesn't do it for you?
Oh, I'm not saying that you're wrong on anything, man. If it's entertaining you, that's what wrestling's all about, man. There is an ass there's a seat for every ass. There's an ass for every seat. And
that goes both ways, because I only called in 10 minutes before the end of the show, but the fact is you've talked an hour 50 minutes about WWE. You like it, and there's nothing wrong with that. We just have different tastes, and we're still looking for the same thing, satisfaction, but everybody's satisfaction is just a little bit different.
Yeah, there was so much more I wanted to get to.
Really? You went through the whole card like 2-3 times.
Not wrestling related. There was other stuff in sports I really wanted to talk about. And I didn't get to any of it because all the callers kept going back to wrestling. Great calls tonight. We had an epic call from Joe Cronin. Jake doing his thing, checking his microphone. Appreciate that. Huffman calling in and talking about the baseball he was watching. I want to hit him with a tack hammer for that. We got some good calls. It was a lot of fun. So I feel tonight was a great show. I had a lot of fun doing it. I wanted to talk NHL playoffs. I wanted to talk NBA playoffs. I wanted to talk some baseball. There was some big injury news. I didn't get to any of it. Well,
you can always go live on at the same time that Tommy goes live,
Yeah. That didn't go over too well last time. Tommy doesn't give a shit. Tommy doesn't care. I can go live all I want for Tommy's sake, but
others
might not be happy. And you know what? I didn't feel right about it. So, it is what it is there. I didn't feel right about it. But I'm glad you brought up Tommy, because for all of you right now that are in the chat watching and everything, make sure if you have any interest in hockey, sports talk, or just funny ass shit, as soon as we're done here, take yourselves over to Shot from the Point and check out Shot from the Point Live with Tommy C, Jeff Huffman, Matt Kazar, and the legendary comic Jake Link. They'll be tearing it up. It should be great. There's all kinds of amazing things happening in the NHL playoffs. So if you want your hockey fix, make sure you go and tell them that Dead on Dave sent you.
And Sad Puppet might make an appearance.
Yes, Sad Puppet is like the best thing ever. I absolutely love it. So yeah, there's all kinds of great things going on tonight. Make sure if you're a sports fan in any capacity, you got NBA playoffs. It looks like the Cavs are about to put out the friggin' the Celtics or whoever the hell they're playing. Who are the Cavs playing? They're putting them out right now. Yeah, Boston. They're about to put them out of the playoffs. There's other games going on tonight. There's baseball action. Clippers, San Antonio, Toronto, Washington, Houston, Dallas. We got St. Louis and Minnesota in the NHL playoffs, and hopefully an elimination game with Montreal getting rid of those pesky Ottawa Christ Warriors. So, I mean, if you are a fan of sports, this is your night, because you have all of that, and then, of course, Extreme Rules tonight, which should be a turning of the page for WWE, closing old storylines and moving on to new ones.
One can only hope.
One can only hope, indeed. So thanks for calling in, Dave. I appreciate it. Sorry you didn't call in earlier. I love having you on.
No, I was just loving the fact that so many people were calling in, all these different callers and stuff, and there's a lot of variety. So that's why I held back for the last 10 minutes. But I also need to talk to you about your request for graphics. So that's why I was
no
calling.
Problem. We'll talk about that right after here. Let's go ahead and get everybody out of here. Make sure you're checking out everything else within the community. Of course, Joe Cronin Show. We'll probably be doing an episode with Joe Cronin here shortly. And, of course, Shot from the Point. Shot from the Point Live going on right this second. They're about to start up any moment. So check them out. Thank you guys so much for watching another episode of Dead on Dave Live. We appreciate everything that you do to support this channel. Continue to do so. We will see you next time. Like, subscribe, and share. And remember, kids, if you're not talented, have talented friends. We'll see you next time. Peace.